Peace, power, and prosperity, everybody out there. I want to welcome y'all back to the Mental Magic Podcast, and I'm your host, JT, aka Magneto the Great. And you already know if you're looking for me, you can find me on Spotify, YouTube, and all other podcast broadcasting networks under the Mental Magic Podcast. And on the end of magic, take off the C and add the K. Take off the C and add the K. And I hope y'all are having an extraordinary, beautiful Monday morning. And we're on episode 8. And first and foremost, I want to thank all my followers and all my subscribers and all my believers. I thank y'all and I love y'all so much for the motivation to be able to get up and keep trucking, keep believing in myself because y'all believe in me. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Again, thank y'all so much. Number 8. This is going to be talking about how they programmed us, what they used to program us, and how to reprogram yourself. This might be kind of deep. It's going to be a deep one. So if you get a bit uncomfortable, I can understand because I might be a little uncomfortable talking to y'all about this. Excuse me. All right, number 1. Trauma. Now, y'all know as children, especially growing up in the black community specifically, well, I would just say the minorities. I ain't going to say black. Because growing up, where I grew up, I'm from the slums. I'm from the ghetto. So, in my hood, there was a lot of us. There was Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, hell, even some white people, but predominantly black people. And I felt like they put us all in these environments, for one, because they looked at us like animals. So why not put animals in cages where they belong? See, the trauma goes back far before slavery, far before our ancestors had to endure the shit that they had to endure. See, there has been a war for your souls and your consciousness for a very long time. And I believe some of the ancient hieroglyphs and scriptures and things that was left behind for us to find our way, I believe there's things that happen even before those times. Do y'all not understand we have been reincarnating here for billions of years? Okay? Billions. Billions. That's how hard what they call the school of earth is. Okay? So, they fucked our DNA up. I'm gonna just say it. With trauma. Okay? Now you gotta remember that you are your ancestors. So you're your grandma. You're your great granddad. You're your great 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 grandma. You are your great 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 granddad. Okay? That's why they say there's nothing in the past, there's nothing in the future. The power is here right now. You are them right now. Okay? So when you are giving blessings to your ancestors, yeah, you are giving blessings to an energy that was once them, but you gotta also understand you are also giving yourself that power too. So when you go to your ancestor office and you say thank you, or you may leave them some soul food, some chicken, and give them a little shot. You got to remember that it's also an aspect of yourself. So that is another form of calling your energy back to you as well. Now, when I say they traumatized us, I'm going to talk specifically in this lifetime. As children, I think we all grew up in, I can't speak for everybody. Like I told y'all, when I speak from experience of this self. I grew up in a very fucking traumatic ass household. Okay? I feel like I got exposed to things as a child that I should not have gotten exposed to at that age. Sometimes I don't even know how the fuck I made it out of where I'm from. And this is some honest ass shit right here. Sometimes I lay in my bed like, yo, nigga, we made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, in real life. Like, trauma. And if you think about trauma, we all went through graping. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young women that are here today, we were molested. We went through things that young women and men should not have went through at that time. And most of the time, if you look at the traumatic experiences that we went through, they came from people that we say we love. And then you wonder why we grew up with trust issues, anger issues, schizophrenia, and bipolar disorders. Okay? Because these traumatic experiences always came from the people we love, right? Second, repetition. Repetition is important because not only did you throw us in the wool, in the wild with the wolves and say fucking survive and get it how you live and didn't give us any resources to do so, so we had to find a way to do so. That caused repetition. So not only were you traumatized, these traumatizations were repeated over and over and over and over the fuck again. Your ancestors, your great granddaddy, your great grandma, now you are carrying the same fucking traumatic experiences that they had to experience over and over again. Do you come into this lifetime, right? And repeat those same fucking traumatic experiences, but in a different way, right? Do you see the pattern in this shit? Repetition is how they programmed you. Okay? If you were raped in another lifetime, guess what? 9 out of 10, you were raped in this lifetime. If you were molested in another lifetime, guess what? 9 out of 10, you was molested in this lifetime. Okay? These people know who you are. They know your DNA. Okay? They ain't just poking us at the bottom of my fucking foot. They know us by our parents. When you're born and they, take all the shots and the samples and the blood DNA. Where do you think that goes? Hmm? That little ink on the bottom of your foot, and they press your foot and they put it on the paper. But yeah, they give one to your parents. What the fuck you think they do? But you got tests ran on you the moment that you fucking came out the womb, my nigga. Think about this. What the fuck do you? Yeah, they was testing to make sure you were healthy, but they were also doing tests to make sure they knew who the fuck you were. Hmm? You don't think they have our DNA categorized into the things that we are supposed to be able to do with our mind and our bodies and our souls? But again, they programmed us to shut all that shit the fuck down. Through this simple list of things that I'm giving to y'all right now. Trauma, repetition. Think about when you went to school, right? And you were learning something. How many fucking times did you learn that same lesson before you actually got it in your mind? You were able to see the symbol. And that's the next thing. Number 3 is symbols, right? They repeated those things so many times to where you can see 2 times 2 and know it's 4. 3 times 5 and know it's 6. I'm sorry, 3 times 3 and know it's 6. 2 times 3 and know it's, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm trying to say. Excuse my multiplication, may be a little off, but you get what you understand what the fuck I'm saying. 3 times 3 is 9. Sorry. Because repetition, right? You were taught these things all the way through grade school to a point where you could identify the symbol like, oh, that's multiplication. Oh, that's a plus sign. Oh, that's a minus sign. Oh, that's division. Oh, that's pi. That's the pi symbol. If you were a little advanced. Same thing in English class, language class, whichever one they called it in your school. They taught us to know what vowels were. Pronouns, nouns. Okay? Repetition. We learned those things all through grade school to where you could look at a noun and be like, oh, that's a noun. Oh, symbols. Symbols. Literally, trauma, repetition, symbols are the 3 ingredients to programming your motherfucking mind. I just explained to you how they programmed us when we were children. That's the point of school. Okay? To make sure you were programmed. To make sure your ass was in line. Because I was always in trouble when we began to progress in grade, like high school. When they would get us in history class, right? And I always wondered why shit didn't make sense sometimes. So when you are glitching the matrix, you know at a young age, but it just taught you to shut your own self out. You just crazy. You need to be in a special class. You didn't need any of those things. You were just too fucking advanced and too much for them to control. So they had to put a little extra trauma, a little extra repetition, and throw all the extra symbols at your ass to make sure your ass was under control before they let you out in humanity, because they didn't want you to be the next Malcolm X, to be the next Martin Luther King. But in history class, I would always wonder why everything would be going to shits, right? Already in the chapter that we may be talking about, 1910. Skip your number, 1910. So, bam, 1910, world is in a recession, it's fucked up, it's burning, it's turmoil, blah, 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 blah. We skip all the way to 1940, now shit is thriving. What? So I would raise my little hand like, hey, excuse me, teacher. What the fuck happened from 1910 to 1940? There's 30 years unaccounted for. Okay? Your white, black ass, Hispanic, whatever the fuck your teacher was at the time, you went to school for this shit. So why don't you know, in those 30 years of blankness, what the fuck was happening? So you mean to tell me we went from a Great Depression to 30 years later just thriving, alive, and doing what the fuck we do best? So explain to me why. Make it fucking make sense. I would get kicked out of class all the time. So the moral of the story is, you're gonna take those three goddamn things and you're gonna reprogram all the bullshit that they taught you, all the bullshit that they gave you, because it's not yours. Okay? So for one, for instance, the trauma. Okay? I need you to go back to it. I need you to take the mask off the demon and see whose face is up under that trauma. Okay? Then you're gonna repeat this. You're gonna repeat this. You're gonna repeat this. You're gonna repeat this. And then you're gonna notice the symbols, right? Which is, if you're in a relationship with someone and they do something that triggers you, what symbol did you see that caused you to be triggered? What was it? Oh, they did something that made me feel like something I've already been through. Exactly. Let's go back. Let's readdress that trauma. Let's find out why the fuck it's there. Find out who told you, who did what. And 9 out of 10, that shit started as a child, and it just kept building, kept repeating itself, and showing you the symbols, and repeating itself, and showing you the symbols. Now you're programmed. Now you are running on their programming. Get your ass in there and fix your head, bro. Trauma, repetition, and symbols. Remember I told you there's no fucking body coming to save you. If Jesus was coming back, I mean, it'd be a damn good time to show up, bro. Okay? Because I'm starting to think he was black, and I might offend some folks when I say this, but only black motherfuckers leave their children, tell them they're gonna come back and you'll never see them again. Hello. Get your ass in there and fix your mind. Stop allowing people to tell you who and what the fuck you are. So I'm gonna say it again. Trauma, repetition, and symbols. Trauma, repetition, symbols. Look for them. Find it. Get in there. Dig deep. You the only motherfucker that can do this for yourself. Anybody else gonna do it for you. Yeah, your therapist may be able to help you a little bit. Yeah, your psychiatrist can give you medicine so you can medicate. But that ain't gonna do nothing. Put a band-aid on the shit. Get in your fucking head and fix it. Meditate. Change your fucking diet. Start doing things that go against your cultural tradition. Fuck tradition. Be the black sheep. Be the one that say, nah, I ain't celebrating this shit because you know what Christmas stand for? Nah, I ain't celebrating this shit because you remember what they did on Thanksgiving? Do y'all actually remember? What the fuck are y'all talking about Thanksgiving? Go against the societal normal bullshit. Find yourself. Again, trauma, repetition, and symbols. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for letting me scream and rant in y'all ear. And y'all know I get a little rowdy sometimes when I mean what the fuck I'm saying. To all my black people, all my minorities, Latinos, Indians, Japanese, Asian of any descent, it is our fucking time. It's our time. So please stop being afraid of what this orange man is doing. and pay attention to what's happening. Pay attention to what's happening. This is our chance. This is our opportunity to take our fucking land back. To go back to the hunter-gatherers that we were before they came down here and told us, no, this is how to build a fucking society. Who gives a fuck about a society? Who gives a fuck about civilization? Do y'all even know what any of these words mean? This patriarchal bullshit. Okay? It's not a man's world, never was. I love y'all. I know I may ruffle some feathers, and just to let y'all know, I don't edit. I don't go back and cut nothing out, because like I said, this shit is raw and uncut, and if I was live, I wouldn't be able to do that. So if there's a blooper, that's going to be a blooper when I'm live too. So peace, power, and prosperity, everybody out there. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay hydrated. Y'all meditate. Y'all drink y'all water. Y'all stay prayed up. And please, be somebody who practice what you preach. And to all you motherfuckers out there, let me say this too. You stealing. You coming to watch my shows and my podcast, and you trying to take it back and regurgitate what I'm saying, but it don't even sound the same. It sounds like weak sauce because it's not coming from a place that it's coming from within me. See, I'm connected to something totally different from what you connected for, because you believe in God. You believe in Jesus, the white Jesus. But he ain't never done shit for me. Jesus was a way shower. Christ was a consciousness. So until you know thyself, all the hate and the genocide and the bullshit that you spew, I wish it come back to you tenfold. And I hate to say it like that. But keep stealing. Keep doing what you do, because karma a bitch. And y'all know the rest is fuck them people. Peace.